Are luxury watches still a good investment in 2024? Yes and no. Mostly no, but kind of yes. It really depends on how you define investment and what you want to get out of watch collecting. We're on the way out of a massive watch bubble. To oversimplify, in 2020 to 2022, wristwatches entered a pretty crazy, speculative bubble in line with the explosion in crypto and the pandemic, causing supply chain issues, so there was less watches being made, but demand was at an all-time high. And things, of course, got silly. Certain hype watches became worth double or even triple their retail price, and it just felt like it was never going to end. So lots of videos started popping up saying, "Watches are a great investment. There's never been a better time to buy. How to invest smartly in wristwatches." And a lot of people were being advised by experts that wristwatches were a great place to invest your money and to store your money. Now I'm going to say something that's a bit out of character for me, but hear me out. I think wristwatches are a fantastic investment, but it all depends on how you define investment. If we look these words up on dictionary.com, there's two different definitions here. So the first one, the action or process of investing money for profit, or a thing that is worth buying because it may be profitable or useful in the future. So this is investment in the finance bro sense, and this is the definition I would stay away from when it comes to watches. The watch market is far too fickle and speculative to be using it as a place of investing your money for a profit. Even if you look at the similar words of this definition, we have speculation, expenditure, venture, risk, gamble, asset. Ugh, I'd be pretty careful about that. Now let's say that's the type of investment that you're into, you love an alternative asset. Are watches still a good investment in 2024? No. Well, mostly no. Sometimes yes, but mostly no. But some yes. On the whole, a majority of wristwatches were never a profit-making investment. Sure, yes, you have your outliers like the Rolex Daytona or the Patek Philippe 5711, but the watches that do accrue a lot of value represent a minority of timepieces. They are hard to get watches from the authorized dealer, and they're quite desired, causing a secondary premium, or they're vintage models that are discontinued, and you couldn't get them anyways. But these are outliers. You can purchase watches of the same value, like a Grand Seiko, or even more valuable, more luxurious brands like Vacheron Constantin, a majority of the Patek catalog, and they are often worth less on the secondary market, because that supply and demand isn't there. What's great about watches, though, is that they'll never be worth nothing. Sure, you might not get the exact same money you paid into it back, or even more, but you'll never get nothing for them. Seeing watches as a financial investment where you're hoping that they'll be worth more in the future is not a game I would be playing personally. We don't know what watch is going to be the Rolex Daytona of the future or the Patek Philippe 5711. We have no idea. We can speculate, we can make our best guesses, but we don't know. And this is a lot of money to be investing in, I don't know. Collect what you love, collect what makes you excited, and you'll always be winning. Hey guys, Editing Brittany here. I've been umming and ahhing on whether I say this or not or include this or not, but I guess I should. So if you are someone who is inclined to view watches as investments like these, it's kind of, it could be a good time to buy if you believe that the bubble that we went through could ever come back. I personally don't. I think it would take exceptional circumstances, like the exceptional circumstances that caused it. But if you do believe that, prices are lower and then you can flip them and do all that fun stuff. I just didn't want to include that because I don't like this mindset. I don't want to encourage it. And I don't think that same bubble's ever going to come back. It seems to be going back to the way it was pre-pandemic, at least here in the UK. So that would be my advice. I've said this once and I'll say it again. Your watch's monetary value is hands down the least interesting thing about it. You have this analog mechanical device that only, seeks to measure the fourth dimension accurately and actually does a pretty dang great job at it. This is an amazing piece of engineering, art, craftsmanship, and people really are out here reducing timepieces too. Is this worth more on the secondary market now, bro? Get out of here. This is the wrong reason to be into watches. This mindset, in my humble opinion, is ruining this otherwise fantastic hobby. Let's stop my stupid little rant here. There's this next definition of investment that I really like. An act of devoting time, effort, or energy to a particular undertaking with the expectation of a worthwhile result. So this isn't about trying to double your money on the hottest Rolex, but rather seeing your collection as something you invest into, if that makes sense. It's not about me investing into watches for the monetary value I can suck out of them one day, but rather seeing them as items worth investing in for the pure love and joy. I'm investing my money and my time into the joy these timepieces bring me, and not the monetary value I can squeeze from them. I feel like this perfectly sums up how I see this hobby. I do see my watch collection as an investment. I'm spending a lot of money on these timepieces. I save up for months and years. I research them for a very long time. I talk to my husband and anyone who will listen to me about them. And I buy the ones that I love, eventually, if I ever get the call. But the investment isn't about how much money these could potentially earn me one day if I sold them. The investment is in the pieces that I love, buying the watches that I love, servicing them, caring for them, and building a collection that reflects why I love watches. It's more of a passion project than an extension of my stock portfolio. My traditional investments like stocks, crypto, all that boring stuff are things that I treat in a very cold and calculated way. I don't put emotion behind them. I just try to buy when I think it's good value, hold on to it for a while, and sell when it's high or when I don't think it's worth it. There is no emotional or sentimental attachment to Costco stocks or Apple. I will sell, and I will sell so fast if I think it's worthwhile. This is not the type of investing one should do with watches. For one, it's too risky. For two, it's too fickle. And for three, it is so soulless. It is so against the spirit of horology. I think this might be making me sound a little bit too nutty and a little bit like I put too much meaning and too much emphasis on watches in my life. I need to get out more. I need to go touch grass. I need to make not watch friends. But what would I talk to them about? Yeah, no, I'm not doing any of that stuff. My final thoughts here are: watches still a good investment in 2024? It depends on what your definition of investment is. This exact word, invest or investment, can be used with two opposite intentions and opposite meanings. The way watch investment bros frame it is, how much money can you get out of that watch? How much can you sell that for in the secondary market one day? They boil a watch down to its most boring form: how much it costs and how much it could be sold for in the future. This is not the way I would recommend to view things, and I don't think it's a great thing to be doing. Maybe there are some that you're going to make your money back. They're few and far between, and I don't think that's the primary lens with which you should view watches. But there's this other way to see it, where it's not about how much I can harvest the most monetary investment potential out of this watch, but rather seeing timepieces as something we invest into, we are the caretakers of. It is less about what this can do for me financially, and more about being the preserver of this beautiful piece of art, history, fashion, and engineering. I know this sounds stupid and wanky and like I'm putting way too much thought into watches. Please don't unsubscribe because this video is so wanky. I'm so sorry. I feel cringe as these words leave my mouth, but I mean all of them. So I'm saying them. I'm putting this video out there. I just needed to make this one as we're coming out of Watches and Wonders. Silly season is over, and just reorienting myself and remembering what's important and why I love watches. Do all that YouTube stuff, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. And now let's thank the gorgeous, fabulous, wonderful Pope tier patrons. Yes, thank you, Pope tier patrons. Little quick pregnancy bump update. This is my giant belly. Oh my gosh. I'm in my 3rd trimester. I'm supposed to double in size again, which I can't even believe, but thank you, Pope tier patrons. Thank you!